done my computer engineering and started my career as a programmer, a developer in C programming and Linux, and eventually grew up in the role, and now I have a decade of engineering leadership experience. Worked for top tier organizations like Amdocs and ESCO, which are B2B software providers in completely product development setup. So a decade of experience taught me a lot, like software development, business side of it, as well as where the industry is going. And I started feeling that I need to learn more to be ready for the new technologies, to grow up in the ladder as well, get myself ready for it. And in 2024, generative AI discussion started in the industry. And when I looked for the sources that where we can learn, so found out that hardly, in terms of structured programs, there are hardly anything available in the market. Google and some of the ChatGPT was just initiated that time, and on LinkedIn also we were getting everyone talking about the GenAI, but where to start, what it means, and what exactly I need to know to say that I am an expert in GenAI. So that was the main question I was struggling with. So I also need a high level view as well to be a leader, what it takes to take the organization to the next level in terms of GenAI strategies and how we can plan, a leader needs to have those intuitions where we are going next, and also the right keywords to talk to the leadership, senior leadership, so that we can work on the right priorities. So then I found this GenAI for Tech Leaders course, and that I joined, and that actually I found it very, very interesting. They had the right depth and right breadth of the topics, and the where to start and where to end. What is the latest in the market at this moment? Till there, they gave the complete overview, starting from the very, very basics. So that is where I ended up, and after doing that course, not only the technical background or the knowledge, they also gave a very good network of mentors, network of people who I can talk to, and through the network and their guidance, I also got a new job as a role of a CBO, which is more from the business side, as well as I'm working as an engineering lead in that. So this GenAI course really helped me to get to that role where I can think like a visionary leader in terms of generative AI, as well as connect that vision to the engineering side. These days, software industry everyone feels hectic, their work is hectic, and finding the time for new learnings is very difficult. But the structure of course was so well that one day session, other day question answers, and then we get 4-5 days to do our own at our own pace, doing our homework, going back again. And during the course 4-5 days as well, they were available, instructors were available to answer any questions, for any guidance. So that I felt a very nice all the support and structure of the program.
Wow, thank you for bringing that up, because Megha, that tells that how important it is to have a structure in learning, and also
Absolutely
how this program is different from watching a generic YouTube video or talking to anyone generally, right? So
yes.
that's an excellent insight about your experience with IK. I'm curious about some of the challenges which you might have faced during the journey. So, just for an example, did you face any rejections before landing into a successful application, and how did you feel at that time?
Yes, definitely. It was a journey of struggle and then getting into something what I wanted. When I started, initially I got few rejections in terms of interviews, where I felt that though we know a lot of things, there should be some for interviews we need to prepare ourselves what an organization is looking for, and that is where IK really helped in terms of even behavioral interviews and system design interviews, where I really got the confidence that what I know I can present it in a way that what organizations are looking for. So that really helped me.
Thank you. Can you share your views about how important it is to face failure before tasting success, and how did you stay motivated apart from the support that you got from like behavioral interview prep and system design and all? How did you motivate yourself internally, and how did you stay motivated? Can you share some insight about that?
Thank you. I always believe that if you want to reach somewhere, we should have a very clear goal. So I was very clear that I want to look for another job which will be more rewarding in terms of not only the monetary gains but also the in terms of the work where industry is going. I can add value to it and make the impact on the society as well, to every human being. I always look for is don't get distracted, stay focused, and during that journey of staying focused, always think that am I on the right track? If not, I always look for mentors who can guide me, as well as so for motivation, definitely I don't let my eyes off the goal. They understand what I am looking for, which I could never find anywhere else. So I also attended that in that master class, and then Soham sir's lectures, 1 hour session that gave the complete view that what they are targeting. They are targeting specific high scale distributed organizations, interview process. They are also training on behavioral as well as the system design, and along with that the machine learning and generative AI. And the best part I noticed is they have all the trainers from top organizations who are already working on these latest technologies. So they have already hands-on experience, and they are going to teach. So I joined initially machine learning program, and I found it very interesting. Always the first round is the toughest one, where you have to face, and the tactics I use is just do it. We are go well prepared. We anticipate what they might ask, rehearse, and another thing I must mention is IK mock interviews also help a lot in doing that. I did a couple of mock interviews, and so the first interview was the toughest one, where there was no structure. It was going in any direction to understand where I stand. Every aspect of my leadership and technical knowledge and generative AI, everything is touched. After that, once the first interview is cleared, then the challenge comes that how to be consistent with that same level of energy and same level of knowledge. And that makes me really nervous that first we have cleared, now maintaining that is very, very important. So, but the other interviews, I always take every interview in the next loop as a new interview, as if face it, answer it at your best, because the experience and the guidance that we have got definitely help us to structure our answers well. And I faced many interviews in the first step itself, like first failed. Few interviews I failed in the first itself, and then I realized that it is very important to stay motivated in the first interview, and the later interviews become more of a just cross-verifying things whether we are there or not. So I prepared myself more on the first interview, where answer to the point but short, and this other interviews more elaborated on specific questions. Definitely the guidance on behavioral interviews, which I was going through YouTube channels. If you see, there are so many channels talk about FANG interviews and role-based interviews. But the mental model that Interview Kickstart gave for these behavioral interviews was amazing. So that is definitely one. Second is about the system design interviews. System design, the flow of system design and the blueprint of the whole high-level picture. Especially, I remember the first video I saw, Niloy is the instructor. And the way he explained in very specific terms and very absolute clarity that how should be the flow, and there is no rocket science. This is what he was trying to say, that it's all computer engineering. And other sources where we go to learn system design, they make so much like it's so big, it's very difficult. And when I came to Interview Kickstart, and they said it's very simple, it's computer engineering, you just need to understand step by step and the ultimate goal of it. And it was so simple. So there, from the first video I saw Niloy's lecture, and I just fell in love with this IK, that yes, they understand what is required.
Wow.
So that is system design. And third one is about the tech leadership. So tech leadership, no one talks in the industry, because people are there who teach from different point of view, like organization leadership. But tech leadership, no one talks. And only I found it in IK that they understand what a generative AI tech leader should know. So that is also, I think, third thing that amazed me by interacting with IK in last 3 years. And few more things I would like to mention other than these three is...
Yes, please.
Soham sir, if we listen to his lecture, it's good enough to keep you motivated. So we don't get such mentors these days to even people don't have time. They just guide on few things. Okay, what is your question, and leave you on your own. But the way Soham sir motivates in the first hour of whole program is sets the pace for whole program. So that also makes a lot of difference. So special thanks to Soham sir from me. Having the right people around us is very important, who keep you always challenged as well as supporting and understanding. Mindset is, I think, we have to focus on fundamentals. What I see these days is many my colleagues are focusing more on the jargon and the complex words. At the end of the day, we need to know fundamentals, and if you know fundamentals, you can build any complex thing on top of that. So start with fundamentals and keep things simple rather than going into ambiguous things initially. Take small steps and then build upon it. I would like to always stay connected with IK, with their latest, because I feel that what is happening in the industry, the latest training I find from them only. So I would always like to stay connected to understand the new technologies, new trends, and from my side as well, if I can contribute anything, I'll be happy to do.